Episode of our Let's Play of Dwarf Fortress Nutsglaze. So, we are also going to be broadcasting this onto Twitch today. So for those of you who are watching this on YouTube and would be interested in seeing some of this live streamed in the future, feel free to check out the link below the video. Also, you could just cruise on over to www.twitch.tv/Nerdstalgic and toss me a follow, and then you will get an email basically every time that I go live. Now, if you're like me, you probably don't want to get spammed by that kind of stuff, so you can also just turn those notifications off. You know, I know a lot of you, if you're like me, also you're on Twitch quite often, so you know, you just see who's on, who's streaming. So yeah, if you see me, you can just stop by. But anyways, we're going to be doing some of that. As you can see, I do have it set up to where you guys will be able to see if anybody is stopping by and chatting. That way, if I'm responding to anybody, it won't be like, who's he talking to? Casper the Friendly Ghost? Is he just talking to himself? Is their imaginary friend in the room? Is his wife talking to him? It is a bit smallish, hard to see, but I think it's visible enough. If not, let me know. I'm hesitant to make it any bigger because I don't want it to get way too big, you know, and completely block out some things. But I feel like with Dwarf Fortress, at least, this is a pretty safe place to put it because it's blacked out anyways. I mean, we could even make the space bigger if we did something like that, you know. But we could do something like that right there, and then something like that. We could potentially make it bigger. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we make it a little bigger? Just kind of experimenting here. I don't know. We'll try it like that. You guys let me know what you think on YouTube and give me some feedback. Hopefully, you know, this works out to be a beautiful marriage of something, but we'll see. All right, so Nutsglaze. It's going to be hard for me to get used to having this extra space over here, but really, it's not that much of a change. It's been a minute since I've recorded. I feel like it's been like a week or something. So I'm not really sure what exactly is going on here. Looks like did we ever get a mayor? We did get a mayor. We have Frankie the mayor. Okay, I think that was a pretty recent thing that just happened. So Frankie is now our mayor. What that means is we need to give Frankie has needs, okay? And if you don't give Frankie what he needs, he's going to break your legs. All right, so Frankie needs a decent office, decent quarters, a decent dining room, 2 chests, 1 cabinet, 1 weapon rack, and 1 armor stand. Well, we had already kind of planned for this. We had set aside some space, excuse me, for our mayor already. So what all we have to do is we just have to go in here, turn this into a bedroom, and then we just have to assign it to Frankie. If I would use the right keys. There we go. And then using DF hack, we can auto allocate this to the mayor, which is fine for now, but eventually we're going to grow to the size where we won't even have a mayor. So this will go to somebody else, perhaps? Maybe like a sheriff? I don't know. Frankie also needs a dining room. The mayor deserves a dining room. And a throne room, where Frankie can hear petitions. Now, let's see how that grabs Frankie. Okay, we have a decent dining room. Still need a weapon rack and an armor stand, but we probably have some of those made. And a decent office and a decent quarters. Oh yeah, okay, need to turn that down. My sound is a little bit high here. Okay, so, let's see. We need to put an armor stand. So we'll just put it, say, I've always liked the idea of putting armor stands and weapon racks next to the throne. That way it looks really menacing. Yeah, we did already have some made. That's cool. And I guess we'll see where that gets it. I mean, right now the biggest concern is Frankie says, my quarters are not good enough and my office is not good enough. So the dining room's fine, but wants better quarters and a better throne room. So we can probably improve this by adding in just some more decorations, maybe some statues, or we could even do some gear assemblies, since gear assemblies are, strangely enough, if they're made well, are worth more than statues. Seems a bit weird, but it is what it is, I suppose. I think we were getting a temple going, weren't we? Yeah, we were getting a temple going down here. We're still working on getting the rest of the thrones in here. And what else do we need for this place? What else do we need for the autonomous cathedral? Instruments. Okay, we need instruments. Did we set a stockpile for those? I have to set a stockpile for instruments. So that should be under, I think, finished goods. I don't see a stockpile in here. So why don't we put it back here? Doesn't have to be too big. And then we're going to go in here and we're going to set this for musical instruments. So there will be some, I guess, some fighting for instruments, I suppose, between the two different stockpiles, but once we make enough musical instruments, it won't really matter. Are all these? No. We need to assign these bedrooms. We just built them, I guess. Okay, some of them are assigned as bedrooms. Okay, good. Good. Alright, let's just resume and let people get back to business. So we need empty cages. How are we doing on food and drink? Looking pretty good. We don't have any meat, but we have tons of prepared meals, it looks like. Looks like we also just went into spring. So you are working on decorating. We've got you decorating with bones since we have a lot of bones. Do we have any gems that we need cut? Let's take these off repeat. We have a few. I keep on hitting enter for some reason. Mudstone, no. Tells me we probably need to set some more things to be mined out, but if we look at our idlers, everybody is really busy right now. So I don't really want to set too much more to be happening. We don't want people to be too overwhelmed. Okay, we're looking good up here on wood. People are training. How are our farms coming? Needs dimple cup spawn. We ran out of dimple cup? Oh! Bimble Dusum Gusgash. The miner has given birth to a girl. Congratulations. Congratulations. We went for a while without having any babies, and now we are having babies. Okay, so our farm fields are going pretty well. Make sure, are we getting everything fertilized? Yes. Good. Good. Very good. You know, even though we don't have a whole lot of idlers, it may be that we've got like what I'm going to call phantom idlers. With the addition of like the entertainment industry is what I'm going to call it. A lot of people are going to be spending time doing like socializing and things. So it's not that they're idle, it's just that they're doing something which I would consider a bit more of a low priority type thing. So, we've got somebody in the temple. Tirist Esmulural is praying to the Tuft of Rivers, whoever that is. Cog the Miner is reading to Funnels and Glory. I love these books. They're so funny. They're so funny. Okay. Alright, let's do some more mining. What just happened? Seeking infant. Okay, that's fine. Let's do some more mining. So it looks like we mined this out. We didn't really find anything. Oh, okay, we went down a few layers even. And we didn't really find anything. Okay. Is that where we... No, we went down even more, and we found some gems. But did we find any metal? Is the real question. I think we did. I seem to recall us finding some metal. Ah, we found galena. Yeah, okay. Galena's not bad. We can get silver out of galena. I think galena is like silver and lead, if I remember correctly. And we could use lead for some things, but it's not super useful. So not a lot of lead there. And then I suppose what we need to do is we need to do some more up downstairs. I think any time now we should be finding our first cavern lair. So what's going on up here? We're setting traps. We have petitions. Okay, let's check our petitions. Who wants to join our enterprise? We have Adore Distant Moments, who wants to reside here for the purpose of entertaining citizens and visitors. We've just been approving everybody, but maybe there's a point at which you want to stop accepting people. I mean, the people that you bring in like this, you can't tell them to do things. That doesn't mean that they won't do things, but they do it of their own volition. So bringing in a bunch of soldiers is one thing, but bringing in a bunch of entertainers to me seems something different altogether. But I don't know. We'll tell you what, for this Let's Play series, we're just going to make it a habit to just accept everybody, just to see what happens. And if we end up getting flooded with entertainers that aren't doing anything, then we know that there needs to be some form of a cutoff, which I suspect, my own personal belief is that there probably does need to be a cutoff somewhere. Okay, we're good on bedrooms, I think. We should be getting another migrant wave in this season, which is going to push us up above 80 dwarves. Okay, how is our library coming? We have 6 bookcases. We have 13 written objects, including copies. Very nice. We even have 9 writing materials. Maybe we should put some more tables and chairs in here. What's everybody doing in here? Fried Donut is reading A World of the Moon's Path. It says, written on the item is a manual entitled A World of the Moon's Path, authored by Mr. Cairn, Moisten Addict. So Mr. Cairn is writing books now. It concerns the path of the moon. The writing is reasonably serious and it shows a hint of tenderness. Aww. Overall, the prose is not awful, but not very good either. Well, you know, gotta start somewhere, right, Mr. Cairn? We've got reading on reflections, cause and effect. Reading to funnels and glory. He heard that the Copper Mansion was the place to perform research. What's to funnels and glory? Oh, we can't see because he's not currently anything other than a visitor, so we can't see what he's reading. We've got a baby in the library. Hope. Hope is in the library. Perhaps we have a scholar on our hands here? Personal history for the beginning practitioner. Also authored by Mr. Cairn. Concerns the method of writing the history of a single individual. So this is like a book that he's written about how to write biographies. The writing shows a hint of tenderness and it's reasonably serious. Well, I'm seeing a trend here, Mr. Cairn. You like the tender, serious stuff. Overall, it's not awful, but it's not great. Well, it'll get better. The Mysteries of the Valve. This is a book by Fath Leopard Paged. Concerns the construction and use of valves. It's quite florid. Perception Uncovered. The writing is depressing. Overall, the prose is passable. Why is it depressing, I wonder? The Wheel and Axles Questioned. But Mr. Cairn, you're prolific, man. You're just writing all sorts of stuff. Oh, this one's not tender, though. This one's very serious. Why the wheel and axle construction is effective. Okay, we've already seen dissection and other topics. That's pretty funny. Read the screw. Why screws are effective. The writing has rare but particularly exquisite turns of phrase. Wow, good job, Fath. Is Fath, is this somebody who's in our fortress? What was the name of the person? Fath what? That's the wrong... I always do that. I always do that. I hit the wrong thing. That's my announcement window, just so I can make sure I see everything. Who is it? Fath Leopard Paged? I don't know who Fath Leopard Paged is. I guess we could tell this to show it by nickname. It could be this Fath. Where was that at? Fath. We just hover over it. No, that's Fath Work Fondles. Wrong Fath. We just search Fath. We have two Faths. Oh, that's Fath3. Okay, so this person, Fath Leopard Paged, is probably somebody who visited and left a book behind. Which is a thing that can happen. Books can be left behind. Interrupted by capybara. Really? I never knew that capybaras were going to be that persistent. Where are they? It's overcome by terror. Well, we might be able to catch some of those capybaras. That would be good, right? And if we do, they should go into here, shouldn't they? Shouldn't they? Go in the animal stockpile? Or would we have to come out here and get them out of the cages? I'm not sure. What's this? Okay, he's loading the trap. Yeah, I really don't know. We'll see. No, stray reindeer calf. Don't go in there. Oh, shit. What happened to our pasture? It seems like nothing's in our pasture. We've got tons of things assigned to our pasture, but nothing's in there because nobody is bothering to move everything. Oh, we did. We caught a capybara. We caught a capybara. So, where is it? Can we zoom to it? Where is the capybara? Would it be here? Oh, yep, it's caged. Go to unit. Where's... Okay, so we caught it up here. We caught a... There it is, in the cage. It's in the cage. So, we could... I love how this dead body is still just sitting here. Nobody just seems to notice it. Must be a bug. If it dies in the... What happens in the tree branches stays in the tree branches, apparently. So... Well, let's look on the wiki, because this isn't something I've ever done before. So, what if we want to tame it? What do we do? Taming. Can we tame the capybara? Okay, so it says an animal training zone or pasture is required. We have pastures. We have two pastures, actually. We've already got it captured. Okay, once you have a captured trainable creature trapped in a cage. So it might not even be that we can train it. So if we begin taming a wild animal, we go Z, then we go animals. Okay, oh, there it is. Okay, can we tame this? Scroll through the list until your captured wild animal is selected and use T to set a trainer to tame it. Oh, cool. Okay. Any trainer. And it says the trainer will bring food to the cage and perform the initial training, setting the animal to one of the trained levels. A fully wild animal must be trained from its cage, but once an animal has been initially trained and is no longer wild, it may be safely released from its cage and preferably assigned to an enclosed pasture or restraint. keep it hemmed in case problems arise later. So do we need to move the cage? Do we need to move the cage to... We might need to move the cage to the pasture. We can see. We'll see. We'll just let it go for a while. And then if it doesn't seem to work, then what we will do is we will... yeah, at that point, we'll move it to a pasture. Petitions available. Another entertainer. Okay. You have tons of entertainers. They're all coming from far and wide. So, is the capybara still up here? No, it's not. Is it being trained? Oh, it's trained. It's trained. It already got trained. Wow. Wow. Okay. So it's not wild anymore, is what I'm assuming. It's not wild, right? So I think what we need to do now is we need to assign it to a pasture. So let's put it in this other pasture here. It is a grazer. Yeah. Let's put it in that pasture. I don't think it will run off. But it may. We'll see. Is that the capybara right there? Yeah, it is. It is. So he's leading it to the pasture. We'll see what happens. Oh, just gonna stay there. So if we catch more capybaras, we could breed capybaras, you know, to as a food source, and as also probably a source of leather, I would imagine, right? Okay, let's go down. We probably should set a point of interest down here, so I'm not having to continually scroll down here. So we can do that in just a second. Let's look for some more galena, I suppose. Okay, and then we need to set a hotkey. So we're gonna make this F2. So we hit F2 and then we hit Z, and then we could rename it if we want, but there's it doesn't really matter. It's just if you have a bunch of hotkeys, then maybe, but we don't have a bunch of hotkeys. We only got 2, so don't really need to rename it. Finally, looks like we're starting to get some space here. Finally. What are we doing here? Metalsmith's Forge is inactive. We're still making coke from lignite. How much coke do we actually have? Would it be safe for us to start smithing again? I bet it would. We have 208 bars of coke, so we could definitely get back to work on getting some stuff made. So let's look at our equipment. Okay, some people are completely equipped. We're still missing some weapons, looks like. 1, 2, 3. Missing 3 weapons. Some people are missing a lot of stuff. Alright, we'll just... So 3 weapons. Let me write this down. Let me put this in a note. That way we don't have to continually be coming back here. So we need 3 weapons. And then we need... Let's see, armor. 1 armor. Okay. And we need legwear. 1 legwear. Looks like maybe this was a person that got added to the squad like later. This person that doesn't have anything. Handwear. 1 handwear. And footwear. 1 footwear. Yeah. So we're almost fully equipped. And then that would be it for that person. And then down here we already got the weapons listed, so we need one more shield. So it's not too bad. Okay, so I've got that written down, and now what we can do is we can go into our manager screen and we can say, alright, so I don't remember what kind of weapons we were doing, really, but I know that we were using silver something. So let's do some silver spears. Why not? Let's do 3 silver spears, and then we were doing copper breastplate 1, copper leggings 1, copper gauntlets 1, copper high boot 1, and copper shield 1. So there we go. And that should take care of that squad. Now, didn't we do something here with leather armor as well? I thought we made some leather armor. Oh my god. It's going to be hard to tell until we get that squad made, which we're going to make that pretty soon. We will be making that squad pretty dang soon. So, let's see, how long... I forgot to set a damn timer. I always do this. So, let me see. Let me look here at Twitch. Let me look at my stream. Yeah, this is probably about where we would end our YouTube video. So, I'm going to go ahead and end it. Now, for those of you who are watching on Twitch, I'm not going to be ending the stream. I'm just going to be ending the YouTube, putting in kind of a, just saying, you know, my normal sign off, and then I'll be signing back on after just a brief pause. So, anyways. Again, for those of you who are watching on YouTube and would be interested in seeing this get recorded and commenting and potentially having a little bit more of an interplay with me as I record, as I create this content, feel free to follow me at www.twitch.tv/Nerdstalgic. You can also find a link below in the additional details. So. But if Twitch is not your bag, if it's not your thing and you'd much rather watch it on demand, then there's nothing wrong with that as well. I too enjoy certain aspects on demand, but trying to do a little bit more on Twitch because I know that that's also a big market and I don't want to leave that untapped. Plus I like it, it's fun. So, alright guys, thank you so much for joining me today, and until next time, game on.